Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. First of all, let me begin by saying Happy Bastille Day. For those of you out there who don't sprechen the French, Bastille Day is the day the French declared independence from, I think, France. To celebrate, this morning I had a chocolate croissant and I slipped at the tongue. Over in France, they've had a lot of trouble getting people vaccinated lately, which led to a new initiative from French president and architect who'd love to show you how he designed your bedroom while your husband's out of town, Emmanuel Macron. This week, Macron announced expanded use of France's health passport system, the Pass Sanitaire, which I believe is also the name of that little spritz toilet they use. Pass Sanitaire. Starting in August, French citizens must show either a negative test or proof of vaccinated status for entry to restaurants and cafes. Quelle surprise! Right afterwards, a record million-plus people in France made vaccine appointments in a single day. Okay?
Good marketing.
That's using the old noodle. Smart move by Macron, targeting what the French care about. No vaccine, no cuisine, okay? No fissure, no croque-monsieur. If the French can restrict cafes, we gotta start doing that here. You don't get vaccinated, you can't get on an airplane. You can't go to the big game. You can't go to the Late Show. All these people.
Look at the people here
Can't go to the
tonight.
Late Show. Or you also can't go to the Late Show's post-show orgy. Okay? After every show, there's an orgy, okay? We're the last show in late night that still does that. Well, SNL, but that's once a week. It doesn't really... Vaccination rates are especially low among the younglings, so today, pop star Olivia Rodrigo went to the White House to promote vaccines. Rodrigo told everyone who's already been vaxxed, "Good for you, you look happy and healthy." If you didn't get that reference, I'm guessing you've been eligible for a vaccine since December. And I invite you to join me at the old camera. Hello. Hello, welcome to the old cam, brought to you by Day of the Week Pill Case. Day of the Week Pill Case, it's come to this. Fellow olds, I know what you're thinking. Isn't ice cream too cold? Also, who's Olivia Rodrigo? Don't worry, you're safe. You're just experiencing something called being an old. It's okay, I'm an old too. In fact, if it weren't for my writers, I wouldn't have known that Olivia Rodrigo was a pop star, that Good For You is her single, and that she's the star of High School Musical, the series. No, I'm not having a stroke. That's just what TV shows are called these days. Okay, see you all at the Denny's. Young again. We actually have some footage of Rodrigo at the White House. There she is, about to enter the same door used by historical figures like James Monroe, Abraham Lincoln, and Kid Rock. Rodrigo's not the only musician trying to get people vaxxed. There's also rapper and inventor of the, I'm gonna guess, alcohol-powered lamp? Juvenile, the 90s hip-hop star, is encouraging folks to get the shot with a remix of his hit, Back That Thang Up.
Girl, you look good, want to vax that thing up. You's a decent-looking brother, want to vax that thing up. Acting full of sleep, need to vax that thing up. Herd immunity, want to vax that thing up.
Good advice. Good advice. But warning, no matter how freaky you're feeling, do not get the vax in your thang. Not to be outdone, we here at The Late Show have commissioned 90s supergroup Naughty by Nature to update their hit song, Hip Hop Hooray. And we have an exclusive preview. Jim?
There's so much COVID info, but I don't know what it means. The sucker chuck is telling me to not trust the vaccines. We'll Till my arm get paralyzed once I feel the twinge. The Hugo Chavez ghost put a chip in the syringe. Can the Jewish laser track me and then whack me in the head? Will Bill Gates make me a soldier in the army of the dead? Will it make my penis break or make my wife infertile? Can it get into my nucleus and turn me to a turtle? Come on, me. The CDC and scientists have said it. Don't listen to your friends and cue or some dude on Reddit. Don't want to get the measles like unvaccinated chumps. Why you think you never met a dude who had the mumps? And while you're bound to the base, let me say to your face, the mechanism is safe. mRNA, ho, 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 ho. mRNA, ho, 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 ho.
Yes. Fire. Right there.
Kicked it to the end.
Fire. Yeah. Come on.
Kicked it to the end. The White House needs all the help it can get promoting the vaccine because Fox News and the GOP do not, care whether you live or die. Case in point, GOP-controlled Tennessee, the volunteer state, has one of the worst vaccination rates in the country, and they aim to keep it that way because this week, after pressure from Republican lawmakers, the Tennessee Department of Health will halt all adolescent vaccine outreach, not just for coronavirus, but all diseases. Tennessee disagrees. In fact, they've made it the focus of their new tourism ad.
Looking to get away? There's never been a better time to discover Tennessee. Scenic lakes, beautiful state parks, and soon, polio. There are just so many things to do and catch in Tennessee. Ride the rapids and pick up a case of smallpox. Visit Graceland and then Mumpland. Tennessee, the last place you'll ever visit.
We're learning it works. It works.
You like that?
We're learning a lot of new details about the last days in office of former President the Third Reich. And that might be my favorite. That might be my favorite. And these details are all coming from a slew of new deep dives, tell-alls, muck flings, and goss dish tea sloshers. Like the books Landslide, Betrayal, and Nightmare Scenario. Also how the former president describes having to read a book. Other new books are using titles that are actually quotes of his, like I Alone Can Fix It, and frankly, we did win this election. Those, of course, join the ranks of other great titles like People Are Flushing Toilets 10 times, 15 times. The kidney has a very special place in the heart. Person, woman, man, camera, TV, the book. And, of course, in Europe, they live their forest cities. They're called forest cities. They maintain their forests. They manage their forest. I was with the head of a major country. It's a forest city. The big bombshell. Long title.
It's title,
Very long
man.
title, John. The big bombshell from these books is an account of the infamous moment during the D.C. Black Lives Matter protest when the big straw long order president hid in an underground bunker. The ex-president was so embarrassed when his little hidey hole adventure was leaked that he reportedly said, whoever did that, they should be charged with treason, adding, they should be executed. Careful, sir. If you start executing people for leaking, you'll have to find a new lawyer. Another oldie but a goodie. Who is that guy? Another new revelation we're getting from these books concerns Supreme Court Justice and toddler insisting he can wipe himself. Brett Kavanaugh. The ex-president was livid at his favorite judicial frat bro, who voted with the majority not to hear any of the ex-president's ridiculous election challenges at the Supreme Court. The ex-president thought Kavanaugh owed him a favor after he stood by him when he was accused of sexual assault, saying in an interview, "Where would he be without me? I saved his life. He wouldn't even be in a law firm. Who would have had him? Nobody." Well, that's not true. I'm sure he would have been welcome at the law firm of Tobin, PJ, and Squee. The boof will set you free. Of course, boof fans. Big fans of the boof.
It's a good law firm.
Of course, the former president can't give a quid without hoping for a little pro quo, saying, I'm very disappointed in Kavanaugh. In retrospect, he just hasn't had the courage you need to be a great justice. I'm basing this on more than just the election. Nobody brought up the election. That's like saying, good evening, officer. I want you to know that I'm very disappointed that you pulled me over, and not just because you won't help me get the dead body out of my trunk. We've got a great show for you tonight. My guest is Mindy Kaling, and when we return, scandal is tearing apart the hot dog industry.